Hi everyone. My name is Carlos, and I am currently your SCORA director right now. And I am so happy to initiate this takeoff webinar in order to get to know the SCORA sessions and everything that we're going to discuss next week in Montenegro. Like, that is so far away. You have no idea. I'm kind of like freaking out a bit. So the idea of this space is just for me to have a little chit chat with you into what is going to be happening within the SCORA sessions. What are the new topics that we're bringing to you? What are the questions that you might have? So you can check it, like put them down here, like in the video comments, or you can put it on the side in the group chat. Any of them are like super okay, and I will answer them along the way. Okay. So it is very hot here in Brazil right now. It's like 40 degrees or something, but I am super motivated because soon I will be in a colder place without all of the like heat and sun of the summer. Everything is just going to be amazing, I'm sure. Okay, so just for starters, we're going to start with just explaining a little bit about what SCORA sessions are all about. I'm going to share with you our final, let's say, info and all of our documents that we have prepared. Also, just gathering a little bit more of the preparations that you should or that we recommend that you do before attending the sessions, right? And also like the final agenda. So these are basically how are we going to divide. It's pretty simple, okay, just for everyone to understand. And if we will have some 15 minutes for questions. If there are some questions, then just ask them freely. Don't be afraid. I really don't bite. Or, well, actually, we kind of do as well sometimes. um, so yeah, basically this is how we're going to start. Okay, so SCORA sessions are amazing. Just for start, and SCORA sessions are very, very interesting because I think they deal a lot with most of the like stigma, not stigma, but kind of like the social perceptions that we have of certain things in life, that generally like don't let us think differently, right? So the first thing that we generally do, like in SCORA sessions, is just try to open a little bit of minds and accepting that probably the things that you're going to see and hear and discuss and all of these ideas that we're going to go through together might be very different than what your reality generally is. And this can be shocking, and this can be, in a certain way, a little bit uncomfortable, of course. But it's a healthy uncomfortable, right? Because in the end, we are deconstructing all of the things that we consider sometimes absolute, and trying to get better or trying to be more tolerant and more receptive to other ideas and other realities that we generally do not discuss. So, if you're watching this right now, just please remember to maintain an open heart, maintain an open mind. Try to feel all of the like different perceptions and different options that we have to discuss within the sessions. We have prepared a lot of good things for you, and we are definitely waiting you with open arms and open hearts to the sessions. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen. And this is kind of complicated for me because I'm definitely not a technology whiz. I'm gonna try. Let me see how this goes. Okay. Okay, I think I'm sharing right now. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be more or less our sessions for the day. So before just looking at right now, all of this might seem a little bit confusing, right? But just for you to whoa, we're having some problems. Okay, just gonna try. Okay, so just before getting into the sessions as such, I just wanted to explain a little bit more of what we have there, right? So I'm just going to have request some little time from you. Okay, I don't know how this is working. Okay, as you can see, I'm very lost here, so I'm just okay. I don't know how this is going. Okay, so I couldn't. Okay, I definitely I'm terrible with. But what we had there were basically the SCORA sessions. As you see, we have different colors within the session. So if you open your survival kits, you're going to be able like the full session, like the session agenda. So we divided it in different color codes, as I told you. So we have like 3 categories of sessions that we're going to bring you in this March meeting. Okay, so the first one is the very like pink one, that is called Angel Time. So it's more about like the type of sessions that we do need to do our basic work as core angels worldwide, and kind of like having tips and tricks on how to do that better or more efficiently, or having a different perspective, or just helping you out with the day-to-day kind of like barriers that we may find doing our work, and also providing some more like specific capacity building stuff. So this is very interesting because it's more about like you bringing your own experiences from home on how things are working out, and then kind of like applying it and discussing it with other strangers from the world, and try to find a different strategy for that approach specifically. Then we have the really red boxes, right? That are called, sorry, the focus areas. So in these spaces, we're going to try to build knowledge. Okay, so it's all about like all of the things that we can discuss within SCORA, but that sometimes like things are not that clear. Okay. Or not things that are not that clear, or is just more like in the interests of SCORA angels to work like better on this subject. So that is why it is important, and that is why we also want it here. So I'm going to try now. I failed to open it in the computer here, but I'm going to try to open it on my phone and try to like show it to you guys. So excuse me because my phone is like super broken. You know, it's a very like old, well, not very old, but still old phone, and so it's kind of like broken-ish. So I'm going just to try to make it as fast as possible. Okay, so just while it is opening, just going into the third thing, or the third category, what we're going to have is the dark red boxes that and this is going to be like hot topics. Okay, so the hot topics are really new topics that we are discussing right now all over the world, and that we do not necessarily still have kind of like a stance as score angels, which is very like important for us to know, because we will probably need them in a close future, let's say, to discuss these kinds of things. So as I'm telling you, I'm just going to try to open here yes, okay, so now it's open. I'm just going to share it with you. Okay, so again, excuse me for the broken thing. So as you can see, we have like the very like light, I don't know, like lighter boxes, right? This is Angel Time. Then we're going to go like through the red ones, right? That are the focus areas. And then we're going to have like the more, let's say, darker boxes that are the hot topics. Okay, so this is basically our plan. Besides the normal SCORA sessions, right, we have as well the regional sessions. And besides the regional sessions, we also have joint sessions with other committees, which is also very important for our development within SCORA. Okay, so just so basically that's going to be it on the explaining of the agenda thing. If you have any questions, just leave them below. I'll make sure to respond to you later. Okay, so we also produced a toolkit, and I wanted to thank my awesome sessions team for doing this, because they have all been like super great, like working with us in order to prepare for you the best sessions ever. So we created a toolkit, right? And many people ask me, okay, I don't know how to, like, what is a toolkit, right? And the second thing, I don't know how to use it. So a toolkit, for start, like to start explaining it, is kind of like a source, kind of like a nest, let's call it like that, of resources that you can read at home in order to know better a topic. And if you prepare it like this, then probably it would come clearer. So a toolkit is mostly important for people that are attending SCORA sessions for the first time, and for them to know a little bit more about the topic, right? And especially for the hot topics that are very new, probably you want to like gain a little bit of information before attending the session so that you have more like clear knowledge about it. Okay. um Afterwards, then we have in it also some articles or videos that can also be used for you to use later or for you to allocate within your own country. But the toolkit is a preparation to like kit for you guys. There's also the of course the option of taking all of the resources home, and it functions as a Google Drive. So you a Google Drive folder. So what you're going to receive is the link, or what I sent to the SCORA server is the link, and you just add there and put the day of the sessions that you would like to check up, and just select the session. And inside the folder of the session, there will be the material that I'm talking to you about. Okay. Finally, okay, regarding the toolkit is not, let's say, a Bible. What it is just a small portion of the whole like information out there that we think is more comprehensive. But of course, if you have any other, let's say, article or material that you would like to add to the toolkit or just share with the other Score Angels, please let us know. We will totally accept that like during the sessions, and also in giving the follow-up kit, which will be a more condensed kind of like outcome oriented toolkit, let's call it like that again, right? Okay, so this week, actually yesterday, we shared with you also the survival kits, right? The translated version of the survival kits. So this is also nice and important, because we do want to have kind of like a clear, I don't know, like guidance of what is going on with the MM and the GA, right? And therefore, it is very nice, like to have these kinds of, I don't know, like manuals, right, in order to be more guided like through the yeah, like through the sessions. So okay, so the survival kit functions is the following way. We just give it a brief introduction of the sessions, but there is also the debrief of the sessions, right? The debrief of the sessions is kind of like the little explanation of what you would expect, let's say, from the session to speak about. And if you have any proposals or any questions about it, you can like write it to me directly, no problem at all. Okay. Okay, so that is from the part of the toolkit. So we have already talked about the general sessions agenda, general sessions, no, the SCORA sessions, the general agenda. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. The toolkit. And now I'm going to move into talking a little bit about, okay, like how do I prepare, right? Like, should I prepare something? Should I feel like nervous about it? Should I feel like, I don't know, SCORA touches on so many uncomfortable topics, right? That sometimes it's kind of like weirdish, you know, like to speak about these things at home. So as I told you, firstly, it is a matter of being open to new things. Definitely, when I went to my first SCORA GA, I was kind of like, firstly, not understanding much, but also I knew that somehow these things were not talked in Latin America at all. And if no one started to talk about it, like it would be kind of like a shame. Like so all of the topics were definitely very new. If you get lost or if you need translation, we can also provide that during the GA. Just please let know anyone of the sessions team. Okay, so regarding the sessions team as such, I'm just trying to open here the survival kit, just for us to get over it as well. Just give me 1 second. Is that I'm very, very, very bad at these like things. That's why. Okay. So I'm opening it here. Okay, my computer doesn't want to cooperate with me today. So I just wanted to like run a little bit more of like the survival kit together, or that at least was the plan. Though I'm just trying to open it here and it is not working. So I'll just move on until it opens. It's already loading. So yeah. Okay. Besides, as I told you, besides the session, the scored like general agenda, we also have joint sessions and okay, so it's open. Yay. I'm going to share now. Okay. So this is the survival kit, right? We're just going to go a little bit through it. Okay. So this is my letter. It's horrible. You must not read that. Okay. A brief introduction to IFMSA and also about SCORA. In a first session that we're going to have on the first day, we are also going to talk about this. Okay. So like all the generalities about SCORA, what are our like Carlos, our LRA, wonderful LRA, he will have a session just to explain to you these partners that we mentioned in the survival kit that we work with today. And this is our SCORA international team. Okay. Toyo from Africa, Jenna from Canada, from the Americas, Shru from India, Eli from Lebanon, and then we have Pepe from RA for Europe, and Anthony the DA. Okay, and this is our fabulous sessions team that will be with us, and I am so happy. Okay, so these guys will be basically the people that are going to help you through the sessions. So don't be afraid to contact any of them. Okay, as I told you, we don't bite. They're awesome people, and I am sure we'll have an amazing time. Okay, so we have Cinta, Staza, Elisa, Shru again, Frede, Gonzalo, and Pepe and Ihib. Okay, who are the support persons. So again, going to the squad sessions, this is now the one I wanted to show. So just retrieving angel time would be the more like light-ish boxes. Then we have the red ones that are focus areas, explanations, or focus areas topics. And then we have the dark red that are the hot topics or the new topics that we want to explain. So there is also here like a code for you to understand what the colors mean in the agenda. Because also the direction or the outcomes of the session will be oriented with these color codes as well. So as I told you, here are the description of the sessions. So everything that you need to know about the sessions will be here, kind of like a small introduction to the session and what should you expect from it. Okay. Okay, so just going with the contents of the agenda as such, we have the small working groups, right? So small working groups are just little groups of people, of course, small working groups, that will try to outcome something within SCORA as such. So what does it mean? It means that we are going to consult you in certain way about the SCORA development that we are having right now, and to plan a little bit the activities that are going to happen in the next few months. So this is very important for us because it is directly how you can participate definitely and directly influentiating like the decisions of the SCORA IT and like the next activities that we are going to hold. And we're also going to have two debates within the SCORA sessions. Okay, so one will be about breast cancer, and the other one would be about PrEP use. So here is just a little bit like a little guideline of how debates within SCORA work, and just making sure that everything or everyone understands at the same rhythm, like the preparation for the debates. It is important though, if you want to check out the toolkit. As we told you, there are resources there for both debates, and also inform yourself from articles that you learn in college or from information that you carry. The idea is to kind of like grab all these informations and opinions and ideas and try to guide it into a more directed outcome for this. Okay. So we are going to have two debates, the PrEP debate and the breast cancer screening. As I told you, they are located here. So the breast cancer screening one will happen on day 1, parallel to reproductive system cancers. And the PrEP debate will happen on the last day, day 5, in the morning. Okay, awesome. So The regional sessions, as I told you, they are located here. Okay, they're located on either day 1 or day 4. So in this regional sessions, you'll meet with your region. This is not the SCORA space that we generally have, okay? But we do discuss a little bit more about development within the region, which is definitely important because from a general perspective, the IT will never, ever, 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 ever 100% understand the context of your region. And this is why we need your help in this space in order for us to get to know the region better through your regional assistants. So unfortunately, not all of our regional assistants are going to be present in the but we definitely will have some representatives there in order to explain better like the outcomes and let us know what was like the main conclusion from your region. Okay, so if you want to check it out here, these are kind of like the programmings that we're going to have for the sessions. The European region is the only one that's going to have SCORA sessions in both days. And yes, okay. So now we are in joint sessions. So joint sessions started because we definitely need kind of like a more not general, but there are some topics within SCORA, and you might know this, of course, because it's almost it's very evident that there are some topics that we definitely need to discuss in conjuncture with other standing committee. And the reason for this is that we definitely want a better assessment on our activities within SCORA or on our future projects that we want to develop within the IFMSA. So we are having a lot of joint sessions this year. We're having 5 from the SCORA, which is probably one of the highest I've seen, at least. So we're going to have sessions with SCOMI, SCORP, and SCOF mainly. Okay, so our topics are going to be with SCOMI, the LGBTQ plus medical education, right? This is something that we have been developing since May last year. Yes, since Idaho last year, and we have one great outcome, which was the LGBTQ plus building an LGBTQ plus health inclusive curricula, which is advocacy toolkit made by the IFMSA and SCORA. And now it's getting endorsed by WPATH, which is amazing, and we are so grateful for it. This is, of course, work from our wonderful LRA. Then we have women empowerment in the IFMSA, or that relates with WGHI, which is the external organization that we had our last webinar with last week. So we're going to talk a little bit more about gender equality in that sense. We're joining with SCORA for this one and also for the next one, which is SRHR in humanitarian settings. As you all know, we're working today in a booklet about women's rights in humanitarian settings, which is coming out awesome. And we want to definitely expand this in the future days. Then we have buck chasing and chemical sex between SCOF and SCORA, which aims a little bit more on knowing like new trends in HIV and social phenomena that are occurring in the past 10 years, right? And we're going to have closing the vaccination gap between SCORP, SCORA, and SCOF, which is going to be guided by our amazing program coordinators in order to discuss a little bit more about immunization and kind of like the access to healthcare that we are preventing having. That definitely includes lots of STIs. So if you definitely want to explore a little bit more about other STIs instead of only focusing on HIV, this could also be an interesting session for you. We're having SCORA related policy documents that Carles is going to explain better during the GA. I'm just going to tell you that they are available for reading and that you should definitely check them up in order to participate better from the policy discussion. We're going to have a policy 101 session for those people who have never heard about policy statements or don't know about policy statements within the GA or within the IFMSA, which is totally normal, believe me, totally understandable. It took me almost a year to understand these things. And now, even with a new system, everything is still kind of like moving on, right? So yeah, definitely this. Okay, so these are basically just a list of the policy documents that we have, but you can check them out in the survival kit, which has been posted in the both SCORA March meeting Facebook group and SCORA IFMSA SCORA Facebook group, and sent through the IFMSA SCORA email server. So um okay, if you have questions so far, please just let me know. It is totally normal. Okay, up to here, I know there's a lot of information, but if there is some questions, just let me know right here in the group chat, in the live chat, or also send me an email anytime. It would be awesome. So one of the main things that we have also talked about a little bit in the IFMSA is to go through like the code of conduct, right? So the code of conduct is kind of like the agreement that we have with all members attending for the March meeting in order for us to have like a nice environment with each other, right? So it's more of kind of like the basic ground rules that we have. And this year we're having a differentiated code of conduct. We are trying to ameliorate the code of conduct, or ameliorate at least the report system of the code of conduct, so more people understand it, it gets more comprehensible, and we advocate more efficiently for the things that may happen at a GA. Yeah, just take a look at it before reading it, because in SCORA there are definitely many things that convey SCORA. For example, gender-based violence manifestations and things that may occur in NFDPs, and therefore we really want to raise awareness within SCORA Angels to also be advocates even within spaces of IFMSA, for them to be more knowledgeable about what's going on and help people when needed. Okay, so just moving on then, just like that was a brief description. So what do you need to bring? And this is something that Tony, our development assistant, will be telling you in the upcoming dates, but I can also give you the spoiler. So there is just the final 2 pages of the survival kit that express this more, let's say, directly. But definitely, if you want to bring, I think I remember a little bit from my GA, like of what, like my first GA, of what I would have liked to bring, and definitely a notebook would be the #1 item, because there's so many things being shared. There's so many ideas that you would like to remember in the future that, unfortunately, if you do not register somehow, you'll easily forget it, right? And these contexts, some of them get lost, or some of the ideas, get covered by the intensity of the GA. And we definitely want you to have the most outcomes like the most outcomes as possible. And sometimes forgetting about this stuff like might prevent that. So definitely bring a notebook or something to write with, or you can also bring your computer. Also bring your camera if you want to, definitely, to register all of the precious moments and also share them with us. We will definitely would like to post some of the things on in the Facebook group while the meeting is going on. We also would like to ask you, well, I don't know if you've heard, but we have our amazing Frederica that it is organizing the Condom Fairy Squad this year. So for everyone to know, the Condom Fairy Squad is like a group of people, like it started like some 3 GAs ago, in which a group of people will be in charge of promoting. The best thing we can do as Core Angels, right? Promoting safe sex and promoting consent over the meeting. It is normal, like gathering like almost 1,000 medical students, youth people, like young people worldwide in place, of course, and all the dancing and all the fun may trigger lots of love links. And we definitely want people to just remember to stay safe, to take care of themselves, to take care of the others. And this is what the main this is what what the main things that we want to they want to get out of the GA gets, right? To also like apply the advocacy that we have. And so the condom fairies is just a concept that we give condoms to the condom fairies for them to distribute, teach people how to use condoms if they don't know, and have like this advocacy and promotion, right? If you want to participate as a condom fairy, just email me and I will link you to Frede, who is going to be our main condom fairy. Also, we have our condom campaign or our condom competition. So for the NMOs that bring the most number of condoms, you will get an awesome prize from the SCORA Sessions team. So just make sure that you bring the most, besides this, we would also like to recommend you to bring your own SCORA t-shirts from your countries. It is or red clothes. It is so nice to see all of your SCORA material from all around the world, and it is amazing. And we definitely love that. I remember in my second GA actually like exchanging t-shirts or exchanging like the buttons and stickers and all of these things that you just take home as a souvenir, but like every time you look at them you're like, oh my god, it was awesome, and these were the links and these were my friends, and like the amazing things that happened within the SCORA sessions in this GA. Besides this, we'll also like to recommend you to bring well, as I told you, an open mind and your promo material. So we have the activities fair that is different from the big activities fair, because we understand that sometimes in the big activities fair you get lost within the projects, right? And we definitely, as SCORA, we definitely want to kind of like have a more detailed, focused approach to the projects that are relevant to SCORA. So we just set up like the stage in the SCORA sessions room with all of the like paramented things, or I don't know, like posters and all of these things to create like an activities fair. And another difference from the big activities fair is that everyone gets to vote which is like the best activity of the room. Which is also very nice. We like your opinion as well, to know like to congratulate your peers or to like your fellow SCORA angels on their projects and what they have done and these kinds of things. Just remember to register for the activities fair. Even if you're not bringing a poster and you want to make it there, please let us know if you want to present something for us to save you the spot. And the deadline is today. Okay, so make sure you fill in the link that we have in the SCORA Facebook group, in the SCORA Sessions group. And yeah, that would be basically it, okay? So, okay, so remember just to remain active. If you're not in the SCORA Sessions group so far, please let us know, and we will definitely add you up. If you are not in the IFMSA SCORA mailing list, this is also super easy. You just need to send an email to ifmsa-scora -subscribe at yahoogroups.com, and just with a blank email, and then I'll get your request and just accept you. Totally fine. I want just everybody in there. No problem at all. Okay, so after gone through like the survival kit and everything that we have discussed so far, this is basically like the explanation of the SCORA sessions and what are we going to held within the SCORA activities, right? So okay. So right now, I'm just going to end up like on the last point of the discussions that we were going to have today, on knowing more a little bit about each other and a little bit about like people, let's say, that are going to attend is very essential for us to know how to deliver the sessions okay, right? So we're definitely going to have a feedback form for you to fill in at the end of every session. For you to let us know your opinion about the session, if it was well prepared, if you liked it, if you think it should change somehow and why. And making all of these shifts, of course, like might lead us to a better development of SCORA sessions this year. Yep. So basically, this is what we're going to have. Oh, regarding the small working groups, again, sorry, I just forgot to mention actually the small working groups that we're having. So we're having a small working group on Idaho to brainstorm what you would like to see in the Idaho campaign coming up in May. We're going to have a small working group for the booklet on human rights and the humanitarian crisis that we're going on right now. We're going to have a third one on SCORA development. So if you are very interested in knowing or discussing the strategies that the IT has implied or has done so far in SCORA development, and you would like to change something about it or propose something new, please attend this small working group. And lastly, we're having a very important external partner, that's WPath, attending our sessions. They're also proposing a small working group on transgender health within medical education that goes a little bit along with the priorities that we have set in the SCORE strategic plan for the rest of the term and for the rest, like, following upcoming 3 years. So all of these things are clashing up together, and it's very exciting for us to receive you. It's very exciting for us to get to know you, get to know your questions, right? And just have an amazing time while doing so. Please let us know if you have any question. We will meet each day at 9 a.m. very sharply. So if you're partying, party a lot, have fun. But then in the next morning, we are expecting you on time to the sessions. So don't forget, we will be waiting for you there. And yeah, besides this, this is basically all of the SCORA sessions tools and development that we wanted to give to you. And if there is no questions so far, then this would be the end of our session. Okay, so thank you so much for coming here. For the viewers, if you didn't have the chance to take it or to look at the webinar, then it will be recorded on the IFMSA YouTube channel, and we'll see each other in a few days. Okay, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here with me. And if you have any question, just please let me know. Email me anytime at scorad@ifmsa.org. And have a safe night. Have a awesome weekend, and we'll see each other very soon. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you so much. Lots of SCORA love.